Yo Zitters, what up? Welcome back to Studio Z. And yeah, so today we're actually checking out the patch notes for the new update. I actually should make sure that this video is alright as well, by the way. Looks like it is, to be honest. I haven't changed the bitrate settings or anything like that, so it should be all good. And we should be good to go to... I was actually doing that live. Sorry, guys. Either way, we should be all good to go, and we can go ahead and check out our patch notes finally. Now, we're doing this a bit earlier than I normally would. Normally, I would actually be too freaking lazy or have stuff going on. It is 1 a.m., so it is still pretty dumb. But I'm still thinking, you know what? Why not actually do the patch notes right now, since I have to read them anyway, so that I know what's gonna happen next. Or, well, I had to check and skim really quick without actually reading much, just to know what game mode I shouldn't play, and it should just be World Boss. And obviously that should be the case normally, but also because of another reason that we're gonna talk about right now. So greetings agents, this is CM fragment of Marvel Future Fight for superheroes exposed to cosmic resurrection. I don't know why I went into like the Edna character from Kid Boga. I don't know why I did that. It is a funny character to emulate, to be honest, but still not what I wanted to do. This might be a bit small though, so let's just make this screen a bit bigger for you guys as well, and also for me, so I can just read this comfortably. But that was a bit too huge, so we're good to go this way. The only thing I want to move is just my camera a little bit, maybe. Since I'm kind of leaning back a little bit, it should be much better this way. Yeah, this should be good. So, greetings agents, this is the fragment of Marvel Future Fight. 4 superheroes exposed to cosmic radiation in an unforeseen accident and granted superhuman abilities have gathered once again to defend Earth from impending crisis. In this update details, we are introducing the July update featuring the Marvel Studios The Fantastic Four First Steps inspired theme. New uniforms have been added for the unique superheroes of the Fantastic Four team. Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and The Thing. The incredibly tough hero, The Thing, who can lift anything with his immense strength, also receives a Tier 4 advancement. So, again, we pretty much obviously knew this was going to happen, but what we didn't know is that additionally a new World Boss Legend Plus has arrived, where Thanos leads his Black Order to destroy the whole universe. We've also prepared a new CDP as well, and more to power up the heroes. Let me just go ahead and crack this open, because this is going to be very interesting. And of course, other improvements to make the game more enjoyable have been added as well, so please check the details below. We'll get right to it right now, so just cheers, guys. And also thank you to whoever is joining right now. Thank you very much for being here. Hope you enjoy the stream, and if you have anything to comment, just let me know. Or if you have any questions, of course, I'm here to help. Now, let's go ahead and move further. Let's go ahead and begin. So, 4 new uniforms. I'm not going to read that all over again, because it's the same stuff we just read earlier. Keep in mind, this is with the skills at level max, so that should be level 6. When you tier 4 a character, you can get them to level 10, but pretty much every percentage or any like level up that you're gonna perform on the skill after level 6 is just gonna be increasing the damage, but not any of like the percentages or like the cool effects that the skills will have. Like, you're gonna get the max stats at level 6. Now we have Mr. Fantastic, who's gonna be a superhero combat character, 1050 uniform. He actually will get a few passive changes, of course. Now again, keep this in mind. I always forget about this, but recently, obviously, throughout these newest updates that we've gotten, where a lot of like the characters did get passive changes, keep in mind some of these characters may have very similar passive changes already applied on their previous uniform. Keep in mind that these changes that they mention right at the top here are compared to not having new uniform at all, right? They're not there or changes that are taking effect compared to the last uniform you had, right? So always keep that in mind. Now, either way, the uniform will enhance basic stats, so that's pretty much for every skill I would expect. It does change the effects of a couple of skills as well, so shock absorption and elastic skin, so most likely the passives. Now, this is also going to increase all attacks by 40%. It's going to give a 20% increase of HP as well. It's going to give him super armor and all defense increase by 40%. The tier 2 passive would give him immunity to fracture, increase skill damage by 40%, bonus damage by 40, decrease to basic damage received by 35% as well. The passive, the 4-star passive, when hit, he's gonna heal by 5% of his health for 2 seconds. And then he gets elasticity, which will decrease physical damage received by 20%. At most, it gets to 40% for 20 seconds. And this has a cooldown of 5 seconds. So it's a pretty good ability, I guess. You get to heal once every 5 seconds. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I'm just hoping he has another heal as well, because he needs it. The first skill will apply stun and damage. The second skill will apply snare, incapacitation, paralysis, ignoring immunity, damage as well. The third skill will be a counterattack skill. I hate these, but whatever. It's gonna be an ignore iframe skill as well. It's gonna apply incapacitation, paralysis, ignoring immunity. It's gonna heal him by 40% of his health, and it's gonna give him a 40% chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effect, and increase all attack by 40%, all defense by 40, all speed by 1, remove all debuffs, and gives him immunity for 2 seconds, and also he deals the damage of the skill as well. That's a lot of effects. Usually counterattack skills do that, but either way, I just really hate these kind of skills. The fourth skill will apply stun, fracture, incapacitation, paralysis, ignoring immunity, invincibility for 5 seconds, increase damage by 100% for 1 attack, so a mini proc, and then the damage. And lastly, we get to the fifth skill, which will apply fracture, paralysis, ignoring immunity, decrease all defense to all defense by 10%, stackable to 50%, ignoring immunity. There's gonna be a shield of 10 hits for 7 seconds. It's gonna also increase all attacks by 50% for 10 seconds as well. And lastly, we have our damage. We're gonna move on to Sue Storm. She's gonna be a blast superhero 1050 uniform. Keep in mind, guys, a lot of these characters just not too long ago got a uniform, so this is gonna be very important that they actually made some good uniforms for these characters, and I would expect that to be the case because, of course, it's an MCU movie. Usually they kind of give them better uniforms there. In the meantime, when it's not an MCU movie update, they do give them good uniforms, but they kind of hold out so that they give them better stuff later down the line when the movie is out, which is our case right now. So yay. In 8 days, guys, we should be able to watch the movie as well, so that's also another thing that I can't wait to see. But we're gonna have to wait till then. So we're gonna have a couple of passive changes. She also applies an effect to all allies right there from the uniform, which will remove all debuffs and gives them immunity to all debuff for 12 seconds, and then that's gonna have a 20-second cooldown time as well. It will also increase chain hit damage by 10% when attacking. By the way, she is considered a support type character just because of this. So if it's the only thing she has, I don't consider her as a support type character, even though the game does, but I don't. It's gonna also change the awaken skill, where it actually just increased the damage that is it's dealing, but it's not actually gonna change anything like stats wise. Again, keeping in mind that this might have already happened with a previous uniform, but I just don't remember, so I can't say for sure. The leadership skill will change. Will increase 45% of energy attack to all allies. The tier 2 passive will apply to her, increasing guaranteed dodge rate by 30%, increased skill damage by 45%, bonus damage by 45%, and decreased damage received by 40%. Also on the passive, this applies to the allies as well, where when they are hit, they get a shield of a hit for 2 seconds, and then when hit, she gets invincibility and ignore targeting for 2 seconds. And with a cooldown time of 5 seconds as well. So, whatever, right? She is helpful whether you're using her or another character on the team, basically. Obviously, I'm guessing much more helpful when you're playing AC or that kind of game mode, like Otherworld Battle and stuff. The first skill will apply to will apply bleed, to the enemies, and then damage. The second skill will apply stun. It will remove the active buff from the target, not all buffs, so not a type of character that can do any Shadowland floor, but still. And then damage. The third skill will apply charm. It's gonna deal some damage. It's gonna recover 80% of the damage over time, and that goes up to 20% of her max HP for 5 seconds. This is going to decrease all defense by 5% as well, stackable to 60%, ignoring immunity. It's going to give her damage accumulation. It's going to be a 1% type of damage accumulation. As far as I know, Mr. Fantastic has damage accumulation on the tier 3 skill. By the way, I didn't mention that. I might be wrong. I might be remembering that wrong, but I think that's the case. So we didn't see damage accumulation on his other skills, most likely because it's on a tier 3 skill. We do see damage accumulation here on the third skill though, and on the fourth skill we're gonna have incapacitation, paralysis, ignoring immunity. We're gonna have a 30% heal, 80% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effect. She gets invincibility for 5 seconds and increase the all attack by 40% for 8 seconds. And then just the damage. Lastly, we have our fifth skill, which will apply snare, incapacitation, super armor, so it gives her super armor. It increases all defense by 40%, increase all attack and defense by 45%, all speed by 5, critical rate by 35, and then immunity for 5 seconds. I don't know why she's getting double defense there. I'm not gonna complain. We have Human Torch next. He's going to be a superhero blast character, 1050 uniform. It's going to change a few passives. It's going to increase flame damage by 50% and decrease damage received by 20% as well. The Awakened skill has gotten the damage increased compared to what he had without the uniform. So again, keep in mind that I don't remember if that was already given to him from the last uniform. The leadership skill will increase fire resist by 50% to all allies. The tier 2 passive will increase guaranteed dodge rate by 30%, ignore dodge rate by 40%. It's going to increase skill damage by 45%, bonus damage by 45% as well. Honestly, looks like Johnny's just gonna be the only good character again. Yo, welcome, by the way. Thank you very much for being here. I mean, I don't know. You never know with these kind of things until it drops. What about like Invisible Woman? Was she not good? I heard like her uniform was pretty good last time, right? Or am I wrong? Now, These things can change just depending on how the skills work. Like all these nice stats, I'm not gonna say it for Johnny Storm because we all know he's gonna be really good, but like a character like the Thing, right? He might have like really crappy stats, but if the animations allow for a lot of damage over time, right, where you can cancel a lot of skills, that can make a huge difference to the damage. She wasn't bad, but she's missing iframe ignore. Oh, I don't think I need that for PvE, so I think I'm fine with that. But yeah, man, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Let's continue. For the passive, he gets a critical rate increase by 25%, dodge rate increase by 50%, 80% chance to become immune to flame damage as well. By the way, before I forget, in case you don't want to miss out on future streams, I am gonna really quickly link the Discord right here, so anyone can join if they want. You can join as well. Thank you. Now, again, with the passive, critical rate increase of 25%, dodge rate increased by 50%, 80% chance to become immune to fire damage. The first skill will apply burn, incapacitation, and paralysis ignoring immunity. It's gonna give him a shield of 10 hits for 4 seconds. It's gonna then just deal the damage. The second skill will apply burn, snare, and then damage. The third skill is gonna apply stun, decrease all defense by 5%, stackable to 50%, ignoring immunity. It's gonna have a heal of 30%, invincibility for 6 seconds, fire damage at the end. So basically you just have the damage right at the end. Okay, perfect. Pretty much that's it for the third skill. I'm just making sure that I didn't miss on anything. The fourth skill will apply burn, and then pretty much a doubling of his energy attack, so a 100% increase of his energy attack for 8 seconds. That's double damage. That's really nice. The fifth skill will apply burn, fracture, incapacitation, decrease flame resist by 5%, stackable to 50%, ignoring immunity, paralysis ignoring immunity, 20% chance to penetrate barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effect for 5 seconds, and then immunity for him for 6 seconds. It's gonna also increase damage by 100% for one attack, so it's a mini proc as well. So if you just stack stuff up, you're gonna get like a tripling your damage just with the percentages up here. And then of course you have all these penetration, you have all these other effects like decreasing the fire resist. So yeah, obviously he's getting a lot of like good effects stacked on top of each other, so that's gonna deal way more damage. I can't complain. Hopefully we get some other good stuff with the other characters as well. Now we have the uniform for the Thing. He's going to be a combat superhero with a 1050 uniform. Hopefully, finally a good one. A couple of passive changes. It's going to increase max HP by 35% for Fantastic Four allies. The uniform will also increase all attacks by 35%, all defense by 20%, and all speed by 3% for him. The Awakened skill has got an increased damage as well. Nothing else changed. Tier 2 passive. That's going to apply to Fantastic Four allies, increasing all attack by 45%, decreasing damage received from reflected effects by 50%. The reflected effects would be pretty much all attacks. Super armor given to him, increase all defense by 25%, increase damage dealt to super villains by 35% as well. So quite a lot of effects right here. It's pretty good. The first skill will decrease all speed by 25%, apply fracture, and then just damage. The second skill will apply stun, fracture, incapacitation, removing the active buff from the target, and also damage. Third skill will apply bleed. It's going to give him a heal of 10%. That's pretty low. Shield of 8 hits for 6 seconds, and then just damage. The fourth skill will apply stun, snare, all defense decrease by 10%, stackable to 50%, ignoring immunity. Invincibility for 6 seconds, increase to all attacks and defense by 65%, all speed by 1, critical rate by 35, and then just damage. Lastly, we have the 5th skill, where we get a bit more healing. Thank you. Okay, that was scary. But, so the skill will apply bleed, stun, fracture, incapacitation, decrease all defense by 10%, stackable to 50%, ignoring immunity. It gives him a 20% heal. It's gonna give him immunity for 3 seconds, increase to all attacks by 65%, and then damage. So, I don't know about like him, but he still doesn't have any damage accumulation. That really sucks. We have the tier 4 for the thing as well that we're going to check. So when he uses his skill, he's going to increase all attacks by 100% and then ignore all damage over max HP plus 15%. So you double his damage when he uses the tier 4 skill, and he's going to ignore anything that would kill him plus 15%. So it has to be quite a good amount over his max HP. So if you have like 10,000 health, you would have to have a hit that's gonna be like, I don't know, I didn't get a good example. Let's say he has like 100,000 health. Never mind, you know, he has 100,000 health. Now the enemy would have to deal like 115,000 hit of damage for it to be completely ignored, which can happen, but yeah, definitely not gonna be super like common, so keep that in mind. Now we get Crystal, Maximus, and Karnak's potential and Transcendence as well. So Crystal, Maximus, and Karnak will acquire potential awakening and Transcendence through the July update. The skills are right here. So we start with Crystal, where she applies stun and snare. She will get a critical rate, critical damage increase of 35%, ignore dodge by 70%, 70% chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effects, invincibility, removal debuffs, buff to all attack, all defense by 25%, and then fire damage. Okay. The one for Maximus will apply the same stun and snare. Critical rate, critical damage increased by 35%, ignore dodge by 70%, 70% chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effect, and then invincibility, removal debuffs, and then all attack, all defense increased by 25%. This guy deals energy damage. And lastly, we have Karnak, who will apply stun and snare. Critical rate and critical damage increased by 35% for him, ignore dodge by 70%, 70% chance to penetrate super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immune, invincibility effect, invincibility for him, removal debuffs, increase all attack, all defense by 25% as well, and then damage with physical damage here. We have the skill from Crystal's point of view, so let me just check that again because I was like not paying attention at all. There we go. So we get those guys to show up. They create this orb, this circle. She deals the fire damage apparently. Let's go ahead and check it from Maximus's point of view. He is applying that shield that's around it, like the blue layer. And lastly, obviously he has those like, I don't know, like the freaking summons attacking. But I'm not sure if that showed up because of the skill or if they were there already. I think they show up because of the skill. That's interesting. Lastly, we have the point of view from Karnak. Let's see how this goes. I'm guessing he's just like applying attacks from like afar. I don't know how his abilities work, to be honest. But we can't really see what's going on with him, sadly. Maybe all those leaves that are kind of flying around are thanks to him. But that's pretty much all I can see. Now, let's get to the good stuff. So we have a new World Boss Legend Plus, Thanos and the Black Order. I haven't been able to unlock, not to unlock, but like, I haven't even gotten to stage 20 with the Black Swan because I've just not even gotten there because I didn't get her often enough. And with Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf and Corvus and Proxima, I haven't gotten 5 clears with all of them. So basically, this is going to be even harder. That's what she said. Leading his formidable Black Order, Thanos, the Warlord from Titan, has arrived as the 4th challenge in World Boss Legend Plus difficulty. Thanos' ambition to destroy the entire multiverse must be stopped. That is very true. Let me drink to that, I guess. Now, agents can challenge Thanos and Black Order from difficulty 1 after clearing the unlocked challenges, which are to have finished story, stage 8-3, so basically being done with it completely, own 3 or more tier 4 heroes, so tier 4s are required, clear all world boss challenges, stages in multiples of 10 will be unlocked after completing designated challenges, such as including specific heroes. What? Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, when you unlock stage 10, 20, 30, yeah. Okay, never mind. They worded it wrong, I guess. It was very weird. Now, to unlock him, you would have to clear Black Swan, Corvus and Proxima, and Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw. Those 3 legendary plus bosses, you would have to clear them 5 times each. Now, the highest difficulty one was the Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw, even though for some reason that's, for me, easier than clearing Corvus and Proxima. I don't know why. They came before Ebony Maw and Black Dwarf, but they're just more difficult, I guess, or I don't have good teams for that specific stage. But yeah, this guy is even harder than that, so we'll have to freaking see how impossible it's gonna be. Thanos and the Black Order's Conquer level can be achieved up to 200, and the Conquer effect can be upgraded along with acquiring Odin Blessings chests, Dimension chests, CDPs, and tier 3 growth materials. Basic damage Thanos and Black Order receive increases as the Conquer level increases as well. Conquer effects that apply to Thanos and the Black Order according to the Conquer level of the Conquer effects that apply to Thanos and the Black Order according to the Conquer level of Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw have been added. So what they're trying to say there, even though they worded it like really freaking dumb, is the more or higher you clear the Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw boss or those stages, the higher your Conquer level gets there, the easier this boss gets. Yeah, they have this weird thing where you progress through a specific boss, another boss gets easier, which kind of makes sense. You can't really progress through a specific boss if you can never clear it. If you clear another boss that makes this one easier, yeah, that would work. But yeah. In this stage, you'll face Thanos and the 6 members of the Black Order, stop their assault, and claim the rewards. Who do we have here? So we have Thanos, we have... oh yeah, okay, so everyone including Black Swan. No Thane in there, but whatever. We get a screenshot of it, though I have no clue what's going on. It's pretty dark and there's not much you can see. Depending on the progress, the Black Order under the command of Thanos will unleash a powerful attack. Clear Thanos and the Black Order to acquire various rewards. The mighty CDP of energy, regeneration, destruction, judgment, authority, greed, refinement, and insight can be acquired when clearing Thanos and the Black Order. So CCF can be acquired at 100% rate from World Boss Legend plot difficulty. Agents can obtain a special World Boss loot as the first clear reward when clearing each floor from the 10th floor and above. Agents can obtain either Thanos exclusive artifact, Ruler of the Universe, or an emblem Thanos as the first clear reward for every 10 floors from the 10th floor and above. So I'm guessing what that means is on the 10th floor you would either have the emblem or the artifact, And then after 10 more floors, it would be the other one. So if it was the emblem first, it would be the artifact later, or if it was the artifact first, it's going to be the emblem later. Or even worse, it might mean that it's just random. You might get the artifact, you might get the emblem. I have no clue. Now we have new CDP and reforging. A new custom gear CDP of competition has been competition. Competition. So the CDP of competition, I guess, has been added. It influences damage increase effects based on your hero's instinct stats. Also be sure to experience the powerful Fury Reforge option, which increases your hero's all damage and grants guard break immunity. The options are based on maximum stats. One of the two Reforge options will be selected randomly based on the chances. The CDP of competition can be acquired from the store, dimension chest, custom gear chest menu after the July update. Now, let's see. The fixed options are going to include increasing critical rate and critical and instinct critical rate by 34%. Sorry, increasing instinct critical damage by 45%. And then there's going to be a 15% chance when attacking where you ignore boss's damage decrease by 55% and increase all damage dealt to boss types equal to 6% of total instinct. Now, and that increase will be up to 140%, not higher than that. Now, again, this feels like not a bad CDP to get, I guess, but it really, like, I'm sure it's gonna be rare, and yeah, but at least it's a PvE type of CDP. I'm just really happy about that. For the reforge option, the normal reforge, this is gonna be the same stats on the base stats or the fixed options, and then for the reforge, you either get increased all attack and defense by 20%, or you get increased all damage by 60% and additionally increase all damage by 60% of concentration. Now this I don't like, because concentration is like the red stars from your cards, and people that just go with blue stars have nothing to work with. Now we see the brilliant CDP option, where even the fixed options are higher here. So I'm going to read that again. So for the fixed options of the brilliant version, you get the increased critical rate and instinct critical rate of 39.1%, increased instinct critical damage by 51.75%, and then there's a 20% chance when attacking to ignore boss damage by 65%, increase all damage dealt to boss types by 8%, and it goes up to a total of 180%. This, when you get the reforge options, the bad one is to get an increase all attack of all attack and all defense by 32%, or it would be to increase all damage by 120% and additionally increase all damage by 90% of concentration, which again kind of sucks that it's based on that. New artifacts as well. So after the July update, exclusive passive skill artifacts for Crystal, Maximus, and Karnak will be added. We'll start with the one with Crystal, or with the one for Crystal, which will increase damage of all elements by 20% and an additional of 0.5% of total instinct up to 200%. We will have the one for Maximus, which will increase all basic attack by 26% and an additional of 0.6% of total instinct up to 200%. Lastly, we have the one for Karnak, which will increase damage dealt to super villains by 20% and an additional of 0.5% of total instinct up to 200%, and decrease damage received from super villains by 20% and an additional 0.5% of total instinct up to 200%. Now we have the future pass and the special icons. So we have one with Mr. Fantastic on the $10 one, and that's Johnny Storm on the $40 one. Nice, I guess. Now I'm not gonna read this part. It's just how it how the future pass works. Now we have new special icons that will represent agents that have been added. Collect 2 new icons as future pass plus rewards, and one as a otherworld battle reward, and one more from the upcoming event. So this is the $10 one. We have the $40 one. We have most likely the one from otherworld battle. And lastly, the one with Silver Surfer, which they haven't mentioned anything about, so I'm guessing that's gonna happen on the mid-month. Now they've updated some deals as well, if you want to check, but I think they're all just really dumb. Hello Andy, welcome man. Thank you very much for being here. Hello. I'm almost done though, so you're a bit late as always. Other improvements and changes, but I guess you kind of joined on the right time. Which uni should I get? I mean, who's like the one with the most outdated uniform, I guess? I would say Johnny Storm is a given, because he's actually gotten a good uniform, and I think he already had a good one, but this one is also good. I don't know. You came right on time when we get some updates about Shadowland. So other improvements and changes. Shadowland, the following have been improved. An icon to check first career rewards for floors 36 and above has been added. Really cool. Soul of the Foltine has been added to the item sale list on the Shadowland shop. Yay! So after the update, I'm expecting that you can buy the same amount of Soul of Foltine that you can buy a Carbonadium for Shadowland tokens. But this just means that it's gonna take way more time for me to get enough tokens to get the CDP chest. The rewards for Shadowland chest have been updated. CDP rewards added and acquisition chance increased. Audience blessings rewards have been added. Existing hidden tickets and uniform upgrade kit rewards were removed. Various growth materials item added as well. Godstones, power demigurge as well, etc. So left and right arrows have been added to the skills upgrade pop-up, improving the convenience of checking skills. Okay, that's pretty nice. So you can also upgrade them back to back to back. Shadowland first clear won't be reset, right? I don't think they mentioned that, so yeah, I would guess not. Of course not. Wait, they've done that once, so that was nice. But either way, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Now, they've changed something about the Alliance. So, Alliance Support tab, the daily limit for items you can support request has been partially improved. Requests made before the update cannot be requested with a changed item quantity after the update. The number of times you have supported an item requested by an Alliance member before the update will not be reset. So, whatever, gifts you've given today, that's it. You can't give them again. But after the reset, it's gonna apply the new stuff. Unless you haven't gifted yet, in which case it's gonna apply the new stuff immediately. You can start gifting people like after the update. Alliance Battle. If you fail to clear the normal mode, the text "challenge the record available" will now appear on the menu screen. The damage from corrosive gas on gas, one of the stage hazard in Somber Survival, has been reduced. Yeah, that was freaking creepy. Not creepy, but that was freaking crazy last week, I think it was. So I'm guessing that's why they had to do it. And then we have Human Torch's Tier 4 Striker skill name has been changed from Endless Flame to Flame Resonance. The system has been improved so that some Shield Archive collectibles previously obtainable only from specific world bosses can also be acquired from other world bosses. That's really nice, by the way. I mean, they've already kind of done that, but having more bosses you could get some drops from, that's even better. Game error fixes for agents who participated in a world event on the day of the recent update maintenance but did not receive the rewards. Agent tokens will be redistributed after the maintenance is complete. We will return with various content improvements, so please stay tuned. Thank you. Yeah, no Shadowland reset, and I don't know, man. No Silver Surfer information at all. So I'm gonna have to be very careful while I scroll. Netmarble, you totally suck. CDP of competition. That is showcase of a total act of creativity you all at the company have. Just call it CDP of credit card next time. That's pretty true, right? Like they have other celestials they can get names from, right? Where is the uniform collection? Well, it's not there because they aren't done with uniforms. They're gonna give us a uniform for sorry, I was about to end it. I don't know why I had to yawn right at the end, but that's fine because they haven't finished giving us uniforms, and we already know because Silver Surfer. But some players were kind of asking if it was gonna be a new character or a new uniform, and it's gonna be a uniform, as you can see. The Shadowland store, 1 CDP is roughly 800 carbonadium. Otherworld, 1 CDP is 1700 carbonadium. Team Arena, 1200 carbonadium. So for Shadowland tokens, I used to get CDP. So it's less of a loss of carbonadiums, I guess, right? I mean, I get it, but to be honest, I'd rather like get those materials and like tier 4 characters faster, as fast as I can, basically. I mean, yeah, we'll see after this update though. Yeah, I mean, oh wait, truly is a sad day. Feels like they had Thanos World Boss ready to go for a future update. And knew we would all hate these no upgrade have-an-ass uniforms, so they pushed it up, hoping that we wouldn't notice or to soften the blow. I say no. Either someone has way too much work on their plate and is in charge of basically everything in an update, or someone who is in charge of new uniform, skill effects, skill buffs, passives is not doing their job, and Netmarble doesn't care to even look to see how things are going. They moved. Everybody is like commenting that, so that's funny. So he's still just a deep off support. Yes, no actual support. Apart from that, there was like a thing where you get like a shield of 1 hit if you get hit with another character, but if she gets hit, you get invisibility. So yeah, coupon code, blah blah blah. Yeah, nobody's liking this, man. Holy hell. Anyway, let me guess. I'm not gonna be super for sure about this, but I'm guessing someone has mentioned this no I'm frame having a line as like one of the YouTubers. I don't know if it was Cynic Alex or Beast or I don't know, someone else, and then everybody's like running with it. Just a hunch, I guess I don't know. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys. Usually I do this lately when I'm actually streaming the Shadowland Clear, but I thought, you know, while I'm gonna have to check it anyway, why not just read it with you guys as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's almost 2 a.m. right now, so I have to finish up. Thank you very much for being here, guys. It was a pleasure. I'll see you guys on Friday, I think, is when we usually stream. Hopefully by then I will have the thing at level 80 and we'll have unlocked its potential. We will have all those uniforms without any problem. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hopefully we get some more upgrades apart from like what the stats show, because usually stats are not everything here. But yeah, we'll see. Thank you very much for being here, guys. I'll see you later. Bye for now.